分明是绝命精神病院吧？你在骗我是不是？这不是夏洛特福尔摩斯，这是绝命精神病院吧？好卡！游戏又怕还是这么烂的？
My daughter receives the finest treatment money can buy. No visitors are allowed through here. Professor's orders. Salutations, madam. I am Dr. John Watson. I was wondering if you've got word of my visit.
Yeah, Dr. Watson. We received your letter on the matter. Would it be to see Professor Gygax?
At their earliest convenience, yes. I shall try not to take up too much of their valuable time.
Wait here, bitte. Mr. and Mrs. Bronson, your girl has made remarkable progress. See? Take a look for yourself.
My apologies for keeping you waiting, Dr. Watson. Surely you understand how medical work can make one lose track of time.
Do not be sorry, Professor. I too know the importance of closely attending to patients.
The work hardly stops here, yet the satisfaction of perfecting the mind compels us to persevere.
I take it you welcome many a soul into your establishment?
Admissions, yes. Visitors, though? I am curious as to what brought you to the Schwarzes Edelweiss.
Word of mouth. An article I read back in London spoke highly of your institution. But rather than taking its word for it, I thought I would see things for myself.
My asylum's reputation precedes it, then.
Everyone, your attention, please. Guten Day. Yes, hi. Hello. The name's Amos Colby, Northwood Detective Agency, Boston. I got questions that need answers. Who's in charge here?
What seems to be the matter, Dr. Watson? You can tell me.
By Jove, it cannot be him.
Oh,
yeah. Right. Yes. I was surprised because that man is a celebrity. Yes, that's it. Very famous, Mr. Colby. I couldn't believe my eyes.
No. In my line of work, it can't wait. The longer it takes me to
If you
get
wish
to the
to
truth,
recuperate,
the
Dr.
more lives
Watson,
are
you may
placed
avail
in harm's
yourself of
way.
the guest room.
But I have so much more to discuss.
Nurse, if you'd be so kind as to escort Dr. Watson to the guest room. Herr Colby, from Northwood Agency? How unexpected. I am Professor Gygax. I would be happy to answer your questions in the examination room.
Look, Professor, unless you got any clues as to the whereabouts of...
There is no need to be alarmed. No one gets neglected in my care.
好，这样搞着。
Now, let's not resort to brute force.
Do not worry, Herr Colby. My methods are rather more delicate. Search him thoroughly. Then take him to the holding chamber. I need to decide precisely what to do with our guest.
Oops. 分明就是绝命精神病院。
The unmistakable scent of alcoholism. Did you walk through their doors as I did, or did they collect you off the streets?
你们的锁真的烂。
A truncheon, not the typical tool for a nurse.
分明就是绝命精神病院，你骗我！哼！
You there! I command you to free me at once.
I'm not sure that's a great idea at the moment.
How dare you deny me? I must have my revenge against the lickspittles upstairs.
Fortunately for you, I'm here to stop the very same people.
You are?
Indeed. But first, I must discover all I can about this institution. Tell me, have you witnessed the arrival of any foreign patients?
Tell me? The gall, the impertinence to bark such orders.
Please, we don't have time for this.
Do you know with whom you speak? I am the great Napoleon.
不要浪费时间。
Huh. Napoleon Bonaparte?
The one and only. Emperor of the French, first consul of the Republic, leader of La Grande Armée. Once I am free and have exacted my revenge against the guards who ridicule me, I shall rest happy in the arms of my beloved Josephine.
Right. Well, I will leave you to your scheming, Emperor. The final product, ready to cure madness, or to push one deeper into its grasp. Any chemist would envy the quality of this equipment. Raw materials used to formulate medicine. With this equipment, they can create any type of medication. Very sturdy. I might borrow it.
Syringe。怎么不能在这里换衣服？嗯。强迫性皮肤骚扰症。 知道他把孩子忘了，就算他昏迷也没有关系。我靠，绝命精神病院。
It sounds sinister, even for a place like this. I wonder if there are more frogs in the pond.
There?
My heart is pierced by Cupid. I disdain all glittering gold. There is nothing can console me but my jolly sailor bold.
啊，是一首歌啊，红凤仪。OK。 左都又是1、3、2、3、4嘛，1、3、2、3、4，烂手。
A simple toolbox, yet capable of repairing anything. A certificate of appreciation from the municipal councillor to Professor Becker. for contributions to the development of medicine in Interlaken. Tubes of varying diameters. Interesting. R.G. Hill, Dr. Connolly. It appears that all the psychiatric classics were banished here. John Sallow, the tulpa phenomenon. I'm somewhat of an expert already. Speech and the Cerebellum by S.A. Becker. This photo was damaged, seemingly by oil. I can make out the names listed here. Cooking grease. Is this the kitchen dumbwaiter?
到底是哪个白痴会这样子？
Looks like it's still operational.
这里是 A 区，这边是暂时不能搞。浴池也跟我好像没有什么。
Painting in a mental institution. Vogel would be delighted.
这注射器是很用的。
I command you to let me out!
This sedative worked faster than I expected. Perhaps I ought to train myself. Build up a tolerance.
你认真。
I'd rather not sit in this chair ever again. There's the guest room. I wonder if Watson was able to speak to Gygax. Locked. I suppose the reception will be guarded anyway.
Yeah. How about this?
Darn. No way I can get past him without being noticed.
有什么线索吗？ His name's like that. This has me a bit sensual. 金属管，用手指吹管，它小啦，你用吹的是把那个注射器吹去那个人身上啊，那么溜的吗
This should suffice.
现在可以使用吹管了，搞一搞。
I'm sure I heard something.
Shall. 你怎么吹的那个注射器看起来蛮重的？
This should be enough to avoid unwanted attention, at least from a distance. Manufactured and packaged here. This is the same narcotic substance that we found in London.
Go away, or I will tear your lips from your skull with my fingernails!
Miss,
I'll gouge your eyes out and cut off your hands, just like you did to Heidi.
I am quite certain you would, but I'm afraid you have me mistaken for someone else. So, I take it your name is Gerda? Who is Heidi?
You talk strange. You're going to Hell's Door, aren't you? To where those other funny talkers finally shut up?
Hell's Door? To what do you refer?
Only Heidi had answers. Go away, pig!
I merely...
I said go, or you will spend your last moments on Earth screaming. This door won't stop me.
装了看我投给你的。禁区。啊， 来一直提我盯爽什么东西。这不就明摆的要我去进去里面吗？真的是。关押司你。好。
Fabric burnt in the furnace. A jalabia, a traditional garment from northern Africa. The garments of several dozen people at least.
是洗衣房还是烧衣房啊
？So you're Heidi. I didn't realize I was on haunted doll watch. Good Lord, how unsettling. The damage seems intentional.
那如果我把海蒂还回去，会有什么事情发生呢 ？Hello.
I will make them pay for what they did to Heidi.
I believe I have found your friend.
Heidi! Oh, poor girl. What did they do to you?
Shh. It's all right now. Everything will be all right.
Please, Gerda, now I have found Heidi, I need some help from you in return.
Shh, Heidi. We should thank the man, don't you think?
How did you end up in Block B?
The nurses say I'm prone to violent outbursts, but they're wrong. I just do what Heidi tells me.
Have you ever met Professor Becker?
I remember him. He was in charge here before that witch Gygax. But I haven't heard his voice for a long time. Too bad. He was nice.
Professor Gygax seems to rule this facility with an iron fist. Do you know anything about her?
She's sick. She did nasty things to us. Separated me and Heidi just for fun. Before she got here, this place was all right.
Tell me all you know about those funny-talking people.
We'd hear their screams. The guards would take them down the corridor behind you and they'd disappear. And the screams would stop.
I shall leave you two to get reacquainted.
先看这边的好。关押室那边可以等吗？青成年人、荷兰人、罗马尼亚人、阿伊努人、毛利人。哦。
So this is how they kept the prisoners docile and harmless. An Orthodox reliquary commonly found in Eastern Europe, now in a cell halfway up the Alps. This stretcher was disinfected frequently.
先搞清楚，那是浴室 B 区难怪刚才说先把这边的解决再说。检查室。 Oh my lordy.
These are the same crates we found in London. I should take a closer look. I doubt that one could survive such a journey with this little water. Dirt and sweat. They were locked in here for days, judging by the smell. Kidnappers even provided airflow. How generous. This is the same design as the one from London. This trip was prolonged and perilous.
就拿到他们这个吊饰的人，就是说他们会把他抓走来这里。
A bottle this sturdy doesn't break by accident. Substantial blood loss. One poor soul found another way out. The doors can be opened for deliveries. The stamp on this crate confirms it came from America. It's quite a distance to travel.
还从纽欧良那边抓人来，我靠！英国不够，还要去美国抓。It's more like it. 这个是已经死了，这个应该还活着。那两个都，第一个是这样，我得忘了，那肯定是错的，这是第三个，一个活的，一个是。 乖乖的自己走。
passengers were back through these doors, and they began to unload their cargo in secret. Next, the crates were opened, freeing their passengers. Not everyone survived the journey. The dirty, exhausted, and dehydrated prisoners were then herded into cells. But all the cells are now empty, and I have not located a morgue. Time to find Hell's Door.
在牢房里做了一些准备之后，被绑架的外国人通过一个隐藏的门被带走了。这条通道一定会与后门附近的地方那我先做别的，B 去。
The killer swapped Timothy's pills for cyanide. The faint almond scent is unmistakable.
浴池还没到。墙洞，我不知道哪里是墙洞。关押室，关押室是我们刚才来的起来的地方。关押室，对吧？
Petter gouged at the wall, fighting for his life. Odds are he left scars on the killer, too.
检查室。 检查室是在这上面。
The killer was limping, but Abigail couldn't escape.
还剩2个墙洞，什么是墙洞我也不知道。浴室。 后门附近，这也是后门吧？焊死。
Scratches. Something has been moved through here. There seems to be a locking mechanism. The whole thing must be a door.
要跟谁说话呢？
Make them pay for what they did to Heidi.
I found Hell's Door, the one that made the foreigners silent, remember? How do I open it? Gerda, please, I cannot get inside. You have to tell me how to open it.
How can you speak to me like nothing's wrong? Can't you hear Heidi crying? Look at her! Look! She's suffering. I can't even hear my thoughts over her screams. Poor Heidi. We will fix you. I promise. We will fix you.
Leave it with me, Gerda.
胶水跟钉子住在 A 区。但是，你这是万能的福尔摩斯啊！医疗包死人复生。
Will this help fix your friend?
Give it to me.
How is she feeling?
Everything will be all right, Heidi.
What the fuck?
Gerda, I have a couple of questions.
Yes,
Shut your dirty little mouth, Gerda. You've said enough already. She won't speak no more. Now it's only Heidi. You helped me, and I didn't cut out your eyes. So we're even. Now go!
Heidi, there are things I need some clarity on.
Ask if you dare, but if I get bored, there will be consequences.
Holy shit. Heidi 该说什么？
I found Hell's Door, but it's locked. Is there a way to get in?
Hell's Door? Never heard of it.
That's not true. You, Gerda, told me that Hell's Door makes people silent forever.
And you believe that snotty little girl? I'll personally ensure that she never dares to speak again!
这是腐语术吗？
Professor Gygax hurt you repeatedly, scarred your body and mind. You are not protecting Hell's Door. You are simply afraid of the consequences were I to enter.
I could tap your teeth out with a hammer until you choked on the blood and bits.
You could. But then you would live the rest of your life in fear of Professor Gygax. I can make that feeling go away.
How?
I can stop her. But the key, Heidi, the key to Hell's Door is critical to stopping Professor Gygax. And I think you know where it is.
Tell him!
But you said...
And now I say tell him!
The professor... She has a special key. Keeps it close and only brings it down when you people go through. Behind those closed doors, those people start to sing. Oh, they sing in so much pain.
Gygax. Of course. Thank you, Gerda. Heidi. I must leave.
Leave? You joke. Nobody leaves the Edelweiss. Now you will be with us forever!
Nope. 看起来东西还是有点不太够。还是这样的。还是要滑身。 那有什么通知华生通灵吗？什么通知华生？你是要想要通灵是不是？嗯。上楼，制作混乱。 回去找皇帝。嗯。啊，这里就是破洞啊。
The murderer used his left hand to kill Hannah with a brick.
那你加一告诉我哪里是浴池吗？皇帝大大。 2313242，2313214，看到，那哪里是浴池啊？靠呀，安内唔烫哎。反正我一直盯转着那个东东，然后继续就会去看。 还是在洗衣房，是在这里。洗衣房吗？嗯。 明明说的是洗衣房。
The killer was strong enough and the bathtub deep enough to drown poor Lucy. Well, it's clear that it was a multiple murderer. I'll send the profile to the police after we finish here.
右腿掰卡，左腰左撇子。喂。哪里上浴池？
At last, you came to your senses.
My humble apologies, Emperor.
Spare me your groveling, Englishman.
Of course, you are right as ever, for you see, time is of the essence. The royalists have risen again, and your darling Josephine needs you. Paris needs you.
Mon amour.
But the guards upstairs in reception stand in your way.
Ha! They will pose no problem for the likes of me. Merci, Englishman. When I return to Les Tuileries, I shall make you a general.
Oh, you are too kind, Emperor. Now go. Your freedom awaits.
I am coming, Josephine. Josephine, me voilà. Catch him!
Psst. Watson. Over here.
Holmes? What are you doing here, and where did you get that outfit?
It is unimportant. I require your assistance.
What is happening, Holmes? I need an explanation.
It's quite simple. I created a distraction so that I could tell you something important, and in turn, I need you to acquire something important for me.
How can you call any of this charade simple?
Watson, we can discuss this later. Time is of the utmost importance. The kidnapped people may still be here. This is what I know so far.
What? You really found all this on your own?
Focus, Watson. I need you to find a key. It will be most unique. All the details are in my notes. Logic dictates that Gygax will keep it near her. Once acquired, you must get it to me. Perhaps the kitchen dumbwaiter could be of use.
Holmes, I can't do this. I'm no spy.
Yes, you can, Watson. You are unfailingly dependable.
Dr. Watson, visitors are not permitted back here.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Kuntz. After the war, my nerves, I fled all that commotion.
It is nothing. A patient attempted to escape. He will not get far. Now, if you would like to follow me.
Perhaps I should take this, for all I hope it won't be needed. Did a child make these?
原来华生还也会观察。
The only reason to hang something this harrowing here would be to create another patient.
Oops, sorry.
Blood in the water. Someone must have washed their hands here recently.
Ew.
What have we got ourselves into, Holmes?
Ding ding. 所长办公室。 就可以直接进去，但是感觉没有那么简单。厨房啊，厨房就在所长办公室旁边，那么会享受。
I'm struggling to remember something. I don't want to guard Block B tonight.
I want them to fly!
Minor birds, if I'm not mistaken. Beautiful creatures. How sad that they're caged here.
Give it to me. No, I don't want to. Why not?
人格分裂，自己跟自己说话，就像
Did you see my son? He's such a sweet
幻想
boy.
症。
A visitor? No, no, you shouldn't have come here.
这个蛮正常的啊。How about you?
Miss?
Too bad my parents had to leave so soon. I haven't seen them for months.
I hear them scratching. Don't you hear it?
幻听。哦，这里就是柜台后面。哦。 行政办公室，这办公室还蛮好的啊，什么人都没有。
Good Lord, that's a lot of records. Photograph seems recent. A commemorative photo album. Been a while since I've been in one of these.
真的还能出去呢哈。会也什么麻烦啊 ？Hello。
I hope you're finding your room comfortable, Dr. Watson.
检查室哦，我懂。我想我应该进不去吧？先从头打，以免发生什么意外。对，进不去。
This area is off limits. A patient has escaped.
好的。有点。
Did you hear that a patient escaped? All the guards rushed off to find him.
Yeah.
Looks dusty but functional.
Oh, we never use that. I think it connects somewhere downstairs.
Ah, Dr. Watson. Just the man I wanted to see.
Professor, I'm surprised you're not trying to catch that escapee.
Please, my time is far too valuable. I hope Nurse Kuntz has been taking good care of you.
He has certainly kept me out of trouble.
Professor, it is time for your appointment with your next patient, Mr. Wolf.
Herr Wolf can wait until tomorrow. I wish to speak with Dr. Watson.
As you wish.
You still see patients yourself, even as the director of this entire facility?
Only the important ones. And yet I rarely get to pick the brain of a man like yourself. I think it is time we got to know each other, no?
I'm afraid there's not much to know. I'm just an average chap living a rather prosaic life these days.
Dr. Watson, those of us who pursue knowledge are anything but average. Now, who are you?
I'm a physician in search of a stimulating career. I have patients, yes, but admittedly, I'm more interested in the cutting edge of medical research. So when I read about the Black Edelweiss and your work on the healing of minds, I simply had to learn more.
I suppose my Edelweiss was always destined to attract other curious minds. But before we continue, I want you to understand one thing. A broken mind can never be truly healed.
Ah, I see. So, what exactly do you do here?
It is simple. If you cannot fix a person's nature, you must force them to forget it.
Surely there are other methods of treatment.
How naive. You remind me of a man I once knew, Professor Becker. But we do not speak of him anymore.
A colleague?
The former director here. One day he realized that Edelweiss had outgrown him and had to leave his post. Do you grow weary of me already, Doctor?
How rude of me. I was absorbing your wise words, Professor, and must have got distracted.
Was my conversation boring you?
No, not at all. I merely...
No. I understand full well. You're not seeking conversation.
What do you mean?
It is obvious. Your mind craves truth, but not in this form. You must witness a practical demonstration if you are to learn.
I'm certainly intrigued. Would that be possible?
Of course. I propose a journey between the jury of the human brain. You will not leave without being truly enlightened. Kuntz, take Dr. Watson back to the courtyard. Then tell the nurses to prepare the operation room and the girl with the doll.
Yes, Professor.
Our preparations will take a little time. I will come for you soon, Doctor.
Obviously. OK， 绿色的比较难。应该是这个吧。居然是黄色的不对。观察里边还是不是还有什么东西没抓到？感觉四个不太能用吧？还是这个？不会又是他吧？对啊。为什么在意沃尔夫？因为是重要的病人啊，废话。是这个吗？他说他会写作。但是只有10分。物品只有一个哎，真只有。不懂。我重新看一遍。还是因为这个。猜不出来呢。 明显的缺少什么东东。
I hope everything is to your liking, Dr. Watson.
I suppose it will be one less ungrateful mouth to feed if he dies out there.
You are Mr. Wolf, am I right?
Oh, hello. Who might you be?
My name is Dr. John Watson. I wanted to talk with you, if you didn't mind.
Ah, Doctor. I don't suppose you could help. I seem to have forgotten where I am.
We're in the Black Edelweiss, Mr. Wolf. It's an asylum in Switzerland, and you are one of its most important patients.
But why am I here?
That's what I was about to ask you.
I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember anything.
It's all right. You don't need to push. Try to relax. Let the thoughts come and go. Now, what comes to mind? Mr. Wolf?
Oh, hello. Who might you be?
We just went over this.
I'm sorry, but I don't think we've met.
We were just discussing this facility, the Black Edelweiss Asylum, and why you are here.
That name does sound familiar.
Holmes, the things I do for you.
Excuse me, who are you? And who's this Holmes fellow?
I am Dr. Watson, and Holmes is, well, you could call him my imaginary friend. That's just a little joke, don't mind me.
But why am I here, Doctor? Am I sick?
I'm sure I can take a look. Dear Lord, what did Gygax do to you?
Excuse me? Who are you?
Oh, never mind.
Excuse me, who are you?
I don't know why I keep doing this, expecting something different.
Sorry, what were we discussing? Give me a second, perhaps the thought will return. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I know it was important. I've lost my train of thought. Perhaps writing would get me back on track. I've lost my train of thought. Perhaps writing would get me back on track. I've lost my train of thought. Perhaps writing would get me back on track. One of the patients there whispers to me all the time. He tells me such horrible things. I should resign, shouldn't I? This is all a bit much. I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to be a dancer.
Try to fly away. Escape, my little ones.
这两个是对的。剩下的呢？哇靠！果然就是这回事。
Hello again. You won't remember me, but we've met before. I am Dr. John Watson, and you are Professor Becker. You were the previous director of this facility, the Black Edelweiss.
Professor, really? Actually, that name does sound familiar. Wait. Let me write it down. I try to recall memories through writing, but they always feel just out of reach.
As a matter of fact, I have more for you to jot down.
Oh, yes. Yes, please, anything.
Professor Gygax did this to you. She made you forget everything, even who you are. But we will play a trick on her. We will write a letter so that she learns her lesson. Put down what I dictate. Dear Professor Gygax, I bitterly regret that I let my beautiful alpine flower fall under your influence. I see now that you never deserved to sit as the director of the Black Edelweiss. You are not, as you so claimed, the future of the Edelweiss, and you never were. And by the time you make it to my cell, the police will already know the truth of how you came to be director of this asylum. Signed, Professor Becker.
There. It's done. Now, hold on a minute. Who are you?
My name is John Watson. I'm a doctor from London, a veteran of Afghanistan, and I wish to be a writer, though deep down I fear I lack the talent. And presently I'm risking my life to help my brilliant detective flatmate in the pursuit of a cult of kidnappers, even as I fear it may destroy him. I'm tired and hungry, and I have not had a good bath in weeks, and yet despite it all, I feel alive. Any more questions?
Good heavens, sir. You're as mad as they come.
One of the patients asked me to deliver this note. It's for Professor Gygax.
Thank you, Doctor. Leave it with me.
A letter for you. Unbelievable. Kunz, with me.
Well. Piece of cake.
Nothing special about this.
Oh?
An Edelweiss relief about 2 inches in diameter. This must be what Holmes was after.
One is still missing. Not satisfied with this.
Close, but I don't think this is the key. This is too small to be what Holmes asked for.
那拜托你行好，把抽屉关上好不好？就这样大拉拉的让别人看见那抽屉是打开的哦。直接放在上面就能开，这科技挺强的呢。
The tooth of an adult male, likely lost in a beating. Only a couple of days old. The inside of the cuff is worn. It's been used often.
带他去上学，就是上什么课，然后还把你的牙齿撬下来，也是可以啊。
A wax cylinder. There is something recorded on it. The writing is mostly gone. Phonetic symbols, perhaps.
钥匙。里面还有美国佬在搞，这是电梯哦。
Looks as if it's been recently used.
Ringlui Maglana Parkatulu, Rillier Wagnana Galpatagan. Ringlui Maglana Parkatulu, Rillier Wagana Galpatagan. Ringlui Maglana Parkatulu, Rillier Waglana Galpatagan. Ringlui Maglana Parkatulu, Rillier Wagana Galpatagan.
不要听啊，你们不要听啊，听多了会发疯啊。
Dynamo machine. Provides electrical stimulation for the person in the chair. Full-grain leather straps. Impossible to escape. A very professional brain dissection.
Nope. Not just.
Oh, the smell. Judging by the remnants of blood and flesh, these instruments were used for dismemberment. Dear God, is that body parts? Utterly inhuman.
Gaze into the abyss. 为什么有这个拯救啊？银荒深渊。
Get out of my head!
Your mind festers devoid of soul. Find reverence for the one that trembled.
Great Lord!
Left your body. Surrender your soul and become a servant of madness.
Please! No more! Stop it! Watson! John! Somebody!
Wretched mortal, do not fear what is to come. Let him rupture our world anew. Awaken! And let the
world behold!
完了，精神污染了。
The light of the abyss is the light from the abyss. Get out of my head.
What more?
Hydraulic elevator. How ingenious. Watson?
Holmes?
What are you still doing here?
Still? I was trying to find more information. Did you think I was just going to sit in my room twiddling my thumbs?
I only asked you to find the key. I had everything else under control.
Says the man who looks like he saw a ghost.
I'm fine, Watson.
You're hardly fine. You reek of congealed blood and chemicals. What did you see down there?
Never mind me. Where's Gygax?
I'm afraid she's over there. I found her like that when I entered, on my word.
What? She was our biggest lead.
Yet another wrinkle in our investigation. What do we do now, Holmes?
Hush.
怎么就
Let me
被人
think.
断了线索嘞？哦
Heidi, how did it end up here?
被他捅死了，笑死！
No traces of blood on her clothes. Must have got on her white overcoat.
报应来得真快。
The patients here wear the same robes. The pencil is buried deep all the way to the brain. Instant death.
We'd better inform the local police about this.
You're right,
铅笔
Watson. But first,
完
we
了
need
完
to
了，
determine where our case
得
goes
罪了不
next.
该得罪的人了。John Wick。啊哦。 这个吗？这个也不错。收拾信啊！所以这个后面是那个电梯啊。好耶。
We've got what we needed, Watson. This conspiracy reaches further than we thought. I don't suppose you've ever been to New Orleans?
You are joking.
I seldom do. Let's go. There's no time to waste. There's nothing in this world that cannot be explained with logic and reason. Nothing in this world.
Holmes?
Hmm?
You seem troubled.
I'm not troubled, Watson. I am preoccupied.
That place was awful. Inhumane. It would be natural to experience some feelings of shock or fear.
Men reduced to gibbering imbeciles, numbed beyond recognition, powerless to help themselves. When a doctor does go wrong, they are the first of criminals. They have the nerve and they have the knowledge.
That woman did not deserve the title. Such casual cruelty for such selfish aims.
I knew another man like that once. He treated my mother, perhaps even killed her, depending on who you ask.
My sincere condolences.
In the end, she was just a shadow of herself. The outline of the person I recognized, but lacking all else. She was pushed until she cracked. Should you see me cracking, John, I must ask you to intervene.
Nothing compels us to pursue this matter further, Sherlock. We can return to London, report what we have discovered. Let more capable hands take over.
Alas, there are no such hands. Were we to abandon our quest now, I fear no other would succeed in our stead.
We know nothing of what awaits, what dangers lurk in the darkness.
Nonsense. We draw nearer to New Orleans with every passing minute, and thus closer to the answers we seek. Those answers, for all their perversity and improbability, will, nevertheless, be the work of men. And that is a work I have studied well.
So be it.
I know you to be a diligent author, but if I may make one request. Kindly omit my mother and her suffering from your tale.
Of course.
Thank you, John.
所以他把 John 翻成乔跟约翰，约翰就是华生的意思，乔是他在上一部游戏里面他换成John的朋友。摇骰的异乡人。
Ah, Holmes, after our trip to nippy Switzerland, I can certainly use some of this New World heat.
Do not get carried away, Watson. What we could certainly use are answers to my questions.
I know, but you look exhausted. Why don't we find the hotel first?
We shall rest when our investigation is over, and not a moment sooner. I shall ask you to handle our bags while I search for the bank.
As you wish. Oi! Stop it, you! Our luggage! Good Lord, what have you done? That's my stuff.
I'm sorry, mister. It was an accident.
好，今天先玩到这里。我的线之仪也已经在掉了，不能再继续了。明天再玩吧。各位午安。